Hey guys, wanted to do a quick video today on error handling. So, most code that I see is typically tons of spaghetti code and embedded within one or two subroutines or functions. And, whenever there's an error, it will typically show something like this. So this is an unhandled error. And, you don't want people that are going to be using your application to see this. Typically, they'll click end. If you have the code protected, they'll only see end, or sometimes they'll see continue. And if there's no code protection, they can see debug. They'll be taken into the IDE and then, put at the point where the error is. Now, something like this is simple because you can, test for a variable. So we could say like, dim denominator is integer, and then set that to 0 in this instance, and divide by the denominator. Then, we could test and say, if the denominator is not equal to 0, then do this. And, so that's good practice right there, instead of just arbitrarily putting in error handling. But, that's great because, we see it's 0 there. But I always like to have, even at the top level function or top level routine where things get called, always have some kind of on error goto commands. This is probably bad practice to call it catch. I'm so used to calling it catch, but in .NET, there's a try catch command. So if you are to, were to port your code, this wouldn't work. The on error goto is still valid in VB.NET, but I think standard practice is to use the try catch command. But, this will still work, but you can't use the keyword catch because, try catch is the keyword. I'm still using this just because I've been doing it for so long, so it's just a bad habit. And so here we'll put a catch. And, at this point, when I catch my errors, I typically like to pass these errors off to another module that would handle just the errors. But, some of the things I always like to see with an error is you always want to see, the module that it's in. So bad name for a module, obviously, but module 2, and the routine. And then usually the error is always good. If it's used by a lot of people, something like the user, I think it's username. I always forget what this is. Let's see if that's correct. Yep. And then usually like to always see the time. And there's tons of other things that you could do here to ensure that you're getting as much useful information as possible. Typically I'll write these to a file or to a database. You don't need access installed. You can still write to MDF and ACCDB files without access installed. This is something that I never see people use, but they should always use it. And obviously down in your catch here, you could resume to exit the sub. We will always put a resume command after the clean exit command, because what I like to do is, if there is an error and I'm not sure what's going on, could put a breakpoint on the clean exit, so you get all the information about the error. You come to the clean exit, and then you can move the execution point from resume clean exit to resume, and then it will take you back to the line of the problem. Anyway, Happy New Year, everybody, and just a quick little one there.